Carolyn, the alleged victim is 25 years old now, and she says the sexual abuse from Larry Nassar started when she was 6 and it went on for years. We want to warn you that some of the testimony is disturbing and graphic. We're not showing her face or saying her name, but this is the woman who says Dr. Larry Nassar started sexually abusing her when she was a child. She knew him because her parents were friends of his. She says the sexual abuse started with him exposing himself to her when she was 6. Then he began rubbing his genitals on her, at times even when her brother was in the room.
He put a blanket over me and he pulled my feet into his lap and then proceeded to do what he did.
She testified that happened pretty often, and ultimately it led to penetration.
I was sitting, like I said, with my legs on the couch, kind of like with my arms wrapped around them. And at that time, I remember that I did not have a blanket on me. And and he came over and put a blanket over me and sat next to me. I was wearing like gym shorts, and I remember him putting his hand between my legs.
Nassar is the former MSU and Team USA gymnastics doctor who's accused of sexually assaulting dozens of women or girls. Today's hearing is a separate case centered around this one alleged victim. She testified the sexual abuse continued through the 5th grade. In 6th grade, she told her parents some of what happened, but felt like she had done something terrible by the way they reacted.
Did you feel that she believed you?
At that moment, I think I felt like she was scared, and I didn't know. But I did not feel like my dad believed me.
She says they took her to a counselor and eventually brought Nassar in to meet with the counselor as well.
They asked him point blank if what I had said happened, and he said no, and my parents chose to believe him over me, and then they brought him back to the house where I was, and Larry proceeded to tell me that if anything like that ever happened, that I need to tell people and no one should ever do that and all this stuff.
Several years passed, and then last September, she says she saw a headline in the paper about sexual assault allegations against Larry Nassar, and that's when she filed a police report. Larry Nassar is now facing 3 counts of first-degree criminal sexual conduct. In this case, if he's convicted, he faces life in prison. Live in the newsroom, Anu Prakash, 7 Action News.
Oh boy, Anu, that was so disturbing. Thank you so much. Wow.